So our little day trip into Dubrovnik has begun. After a little swim this morning and then lunch. Now just walking down the street to catch a bus. So we're parked up about, well, our boat's moored up, should we say, about 5-6 kilometres away from the old town. Not far from the big old cruise terminal, to be honest. Anyway, so it's a 5-minute walk to a bus stop, and apparently it's a €2 trip into the old town. So that's what we're on now. So just got to find a bus stop. Behind me is my fellow cruise mates. So we've arrived in Dubrovnik. So we just got the bus, we got into Dubrovnik now. So obviously a little bit of history on Dubrovnik. It was formed in the 7th century. It's been ransacked and invaded by the Italians, the French, the Austrians, the Yugoslavians. Croatians then took it back again, then of course went to Yugoslavia and the Soviet Union, then obviously 91-95, the homeland war for the Croatians, they eventually rescued it again. So we do have a tour later on today, but this is the first view, and the first thing, these obvious right from the start of arriving here in Dubrovnik is, it is, I think they call it the most over-tourist town or over-tourist city in Europe. I think they reckon there's something like 36 tourists for every resident here at any one moment in time on average. I mean, that's huge. And you can certainly see it when you get here. So we've just come through the outer gate and then into an inner gate to enter ourselves into Dubrovnik itself.
Didn't come in 15th century from Naples just to construct these two paths.
So the marks you can see on the wall outside this church are the last reminder of the, well, not the last reminder, but they deliberately left here to remind people of the war that took place here. When over 2,000 shells fell into this small old town. So now you turn around and we're now walking along the main street. An Italian name which translates to Big Ugly Street. All the buildings around here, none of it's marble, even though it looks at the floor, it looks like it's been polished, but it's not, it's just been worn away by thousands and thousands of people walking along it. It's all quarried locally. So it's really just, I think it's all limestone, to be honest. I think everything you see is limestone. They quarry it locally, build the buildings, lay the floor. I think it's 80% of this place was damaged, and it took them 1 year to rebuild it, which is some going. So just strolling down the main street here in Dubrovnik, well, the first impressions are it's spotlessly clean. I mean, it's roasting hot because we are in the middle of a European heat wave, so it's up in the high 30s, but everything around here is clean. Looking back behind us, it's busy, yeah. We're just approaching the main square now. So I'll turn around and you'll see the big church. But yeah, so just for your benefit, you know, we're late July. And it's not too busy. It's mid-afternoon now, so it's about 4:30 in the afternoon as well. But it's a stunning looking place. So as you go around the corner, anybody who's a fan of Game of Thrones will recognise this place. Here they call it the Spanish Steps. But if you're Game of Thrones fans, you know this as being the place where the Walk of Shame took place. Okay. Now I've got to go and try and find my tour group that just wandered off whilst I was talking to you then. Let's have a look to see where they are. We found them. It's around the corner. So this is the main square. Now if I turn the camera around, open up as much as I can. Cool, so what you should now see, let's have a quick look. Okay, so this is now the main cathedral as well in Dubrovnik. So our little walk around tour only lasted about 45-50 minutes. Just point out some of the basics of the place, which is okay. And our next adventure now is actually try and find a cable car. Noticed behind me there's a big hill, and at the top of it there's an old French Napoleonic Fort. And there's also a memorial for the Croatians that were killed during the recent war. So we thought we'd go and have a look at that, and also hopefully try and get some really good views looking down onto Dubrovnik, because most of the pictures you see seem to be from above it looking down. So that's what we're going to try and do next. Okay, so we're now on our way up the steps to the cable car. Okay, so once you pay your 27 euros on your cable car, that's a return trip. This is what you're greeted. This is the view. Stunning, I think, is all you can say. Just a total view all around. And then just that view which you instantly recognise as being Dubrovnik. So now we're making our way to the museum. This up at the top of this hill. It gives you a little bit of history of the fort. And of course the history of the Homeland War fought by Croatia. So after you've worked your way through the museum, and that little montage of clips I've just shown you there, you can climb up to the top of the fort and look down onto Dubrovnik. Short walk from the cable car and takes us back in to Dubrovnik. So the plan now is just to have a wander around and see what we can see off the main street. So approaching the end of the day in Dubrovnik, and you may recognise the scene behind me. No? Okay, maybe if I turn around. Recognise it now? I think you do. So these are the stairs of shame, and this is the end of my day. So we'll catch up with you tomorrow.